While the Mnangagwa faction was busy in Harare, Mnangagwa was at his Kwekwe farm, popularly known as the Prikebu farm, which has become the home of Mnangagwa faction, especially when it wants to craft secret actually strategies to obviously aimed at the other side. So it is quite important to look at that particular meeting. We are fortunate because as much as details haven't come through, but we have evidence that indeed there was a meeting. You can't see Temba Mliswa with Mnangagwa, Owen Ncube with Mnangagwa and just think it was a visit. Because Temba Mliswa purports that they are brothers with Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Definitely, there was a reason why these two met Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. It was not only these two, there were others also who met him, whilst Kudawa Shetakwere and the Zwikanandas were busy in Harare addressing rallies, and it was busy across Zimbabwe. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, as much as the Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa faction is seemingly dominant, looking dominant, let me not say dominant, looking dominant, the truth of the matter is that they have suffered a lot of feedbacks in terms of, details of what they intend to do, being on the public, leaking to the members of the public. And this has actually got Mnangagwa worried. And if you see Mnangagwa meeting with Temba Mliswa, who is Temba Mliswa? Temba Mliswa has been fingered, particularly in the elimination of opposition political figures. All opposition political figures who have associated with him have mysteriously died or found themselves with colon cancer. Colon cancer is a common disease that opposition political party leaders, especially who gets to associate with ZANU-PF, finds themselves suffering from that disease. It actually claimed the life of Morgan Tsvangirai, the brother to Itai Tsamara, and quite a number of actually both ZANU-PF officials were seemingly a threat within. Because remember, ZANU-PF also sees threats amongst its members and go after its members. This is what it is. It does not even trust itself. For example, at the moment where it is, at the space where ZANU-PF it is at the moment, we know that Mnangagwa wants his term of office to be extended up to 2030. Equally so, retired General Chwenga, we know that he is against 2030, especially if this time around we are to relate to the dossier that he presented to Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, and also if it's no longer now analyzing the events that ZANU-PF carry out, but it's about also the evidence that has surfaced, especially over the past few months, that we have actually we have had the privilege to read and go through. So Temba Mliswa going to the Prikebu farm, as well as I'm of the firm view that Mnangagwa, of course, trusts certain members of the Central Intelligence Organization, but there are no individuals they trust so much, such as Temba Mliswa, as well as also Owen Ncube. These people appears to have done a good job for him, especially in terms of going after the perceived enemies of Emmerson Mnangagwa, as well as also the political future of Emmerson. So he trusted them so much. So and we know that Owen Ncube was once the Minister of State Security, manning the Central Intelligence Organization, and details have surfaced over some days that Temba Mliswa is equal part of the secret society of Emmerson Mnangagwa. In fact, he is. But also something interesting, both Temba Mliswa as well as Owen Ncube, they don't trust each other. They don't trust each other. They hate each other. I've said that, you know, the people who are working with Emmerson Mnangagwa, I don't know whether when they publicly exhibit hatred traits, it is also counterintelligence, so that though maybe one of them would have been caught, so they will be trying to actually give an impression to the public and those who are suspicious about them that they hate each other. I'm not so sure, but over some time they have exhibited that they do not like each other, but they were together during the weekend. Now, Temba Mliswa, whilst he was with Emmerson Mnangagwa, he posted something lashing out at retired General Chiwenga. Of course, we're not worried about that for today because I've dealt with it on other live broadcasts. Now, equally so, he posted something also to suggest that, in fact, to characterize George Charamba as the right-hand man of retired General Chiwenga. He even said he is the spokesperson of Emmerson of retired General Chiwenga, rather than being the presidential spokesperson. You would know that in some countries, if you are a presidential spokesperson, you speak on behalf of the president, the deputy president, and everyone considered to be part of the presidium. Maybe in America, even the Secretary of State is part of the presidium. So if you are referring to presidium, it's not just one individual, but it's clear in ZANU-PF, they want, when you say presidium, to be solely referring to Emmerson Mnangagwa, not his two deputy presidents, as well as his secretary general and others, as it is the norm maybe in countries like South Africa, where the presidium would be consisting of the president, his vice president, as well as the chairperson of the ANC, and also secretary general, deputy secretary. These people would be part of what is called the presidium. So when there is a presidential spokesperson, that presidential spokesperson speak on behalf of these people. But singling out George Charamba as a spokesperson who is actually existing there to further the interest of retired General Chiwenga. Why don't they trust George Charamba? I understand at some point Chiwenga wanted to fire, Mnangagwa wanted rather to fire this fellow George Charamba, but it is said that Chiwenga came through for George Charamba, and George Charamba was not fired. But now, from the look of things, the secret society of Mnangagwa, I call them the secret society, that is Temba Mliswa, wants actually George Charamba gone. You can see that knives are out for George Charamba. I remember George Charamba downplaying it, saying he was speaking with his principal, referring to Emmerson Mnangagwa, and that they were laughing about Temba Mliswa. I wonder what was then the feeling of George Charamba seeing Temba Mliswa talking or conversing with actually the very same Emmerson Mnangagwa, whom was also laughing about Temba Mliswa to George Charamba, because he posted and say, we were actually, we are okay with my principal. We were talking about this and we were laughing together. And remember, speaking about a highly deceptive man to ever emerge politically in Zimbabwe, and that is Emmerson Mnangagwa. This is the man who can smile and laugh at you in front of you, but if you are not sensitive enough, you would think that laugh is genuine. You would think that gesture is a genuine gesture, while behind the scene, the man hates you with passion and he wants to get rid of you and eliminate you. So part of the reason I strongly believe was to scheme about removing George Charamba. George Charamba is the target, not only George Charamba. And when they are doing so, it's an effort to try and neutralize retired General Chwenga. There are more documents that are surfacing online about the intelligence of Mnangagwa is working day and night. And unfortunately, whatever they do continues to leak out in the public domain in terms of what exactly are they looking forward to do. That also shows the strength of the intelligence of the other side. It is equally at par or slightly ahead of Emmerson Mnangagwa in terms of countering all nefarious activities that are at play politically to try to actually harm the other side. So it's quite it's quite possible that there was a plot to get rid of George Charamba. He is seen as a man working with retired General Chwenga, who is supposed to be stripped of his position. There is that reality. And also, most probably, they are, the Owen, Muddah, Ncube doing the work of Mnangagwa, maybe within ZANU-PF, and Temba, Mliswa doing the work of Mnangagwa outside ZANU-PF. The plot may have also encompassed targeting of people outside ZANU-PF whom are seen as a threat to the 2030 term extension of Emmerson Mnangagwa. No wonder why we saw a very, very suspicious assassination attempt. I still call it an assassination attempt, though the fellow has been coming even on this channel trying to justify himself. Do you expect him to actually concede that yes, indeed, I was sent to do APCT? The mere fact that is going all over social media trying to justify himself, that speaks volumes. The mere fact that the police have not acted on this man up to this hour, that still also speak volumes. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we be live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Ncube Umhlabane is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast.